Why the name Patient 67? Well, we came up with this name a couple of years ago when we were trying to think of a name for the band that was, catchy, and just sort of had an underlying meaning. So we took that name from the movie Shutter Island, which is probably my favourite movie of all time. So we took it from there, and it's just sort of stuck. Biggest influences? I think everyone in the band listens to different things. We all have a different sort of love for heavy music, and we all listen to different bands within heavy music. And I just think, we've all sort of brought those influences to the table when we're making music. So I just think it just depends. I love bands. Sort of those more melodic post-hardcore bands. Declan loves his heavy stuff, and Rory listens to a lot of progressive, sort of more techier metal. So it really is just across the board. If you could open for any band, I would just have to say probably bucket list band would be Bring Me the Horizon or Asking Alexandria. Both of those bands are just so huge for us in what we've wanted to, just for me personally, I should say, rather growing up. And it would be awesome to share the stage with bands like that you've just listened to for such a long time. We're lucky to have played some shows with bands that we have listened to for a long time, and it's always an amazing experience. So, how did I get into metal? For me, it's just about from high school listening to sort of pop punk bands, punk music, punk rock, sort of leading down that path of sort of listening to music that eventually was a bit more heavier, and it just kind of, it wasn't like an instant metal connection, but just over time, started listening to, more bands that had sort of some heavier elements, some screaming and that sort of thing, and over time it just shifted into metal being sort of the main thing that I listened to. So a bit of a gradual build, but a good one for sure. The best concert I've seen? It's a great question. Probably I'd have to pick from any of the Soundwaves 2013. I don't know if that's technically a concert, but those festivals are huge. Where you can see 10, 15 of your favourite bands in one day is always amazing. So I think, other gigs that I've been to that I've really enjoyed, love always seeing bands like Blessed to Fall play live. Seen Silverstein, they blew me away when I saw them play live a couple of years ago. Beartooth were amazing live too on that same show. Probably too many to name, but there's just a few off the top of my head. Would you rather play large arenas or keep it small and intimate? Probably we'd rather play, for us, just to play a show on a bigger stage would be amazing, just to get that experience, but we do love the small and intimate shows. That's part of why our launch, we sort of purposely played a venue that was a lot smaller. We love being close to people and bringing that vibe to the show for sure. What was the first record cassette each of you owned? The first one I can remember owning, clearly, was a Backstreet Boys CD. I still really like their music today, so just love the catchiness and the vocals on that music, and that's something I still really enjoy in my music today, so it holds up, I think. Where can you see yourself in 5 years? I think for us, it's just about growing. If we can just continue growing in 5 years' time, if we're on that trajectory, then I'd like to think we will have accomplished a lot of what we've wanted to do, which is just make music, play music, and just meet people and share our music with people. So if we continue to do that for a couple more years, I'll be absolutely thrilled for sure. And my top 5 bands, I couldn't honestly give you a top 5 off the top of my head, but I will open my Spotify and tell you 5 of my favourite bands. Let's have a look at what is on here. I do apologise, I probably should have prepared, but it's okay. Playlists. Sorry, I will just have a look. Okay, I'll give you some bands that I'm really loving at the moment. I'm loving The Word Alive. Their last album's incredible. Dayseeker, one of my favourite bands going at the moment. Michael Relocate, a metalcore band that aren't really around so much anymore, but a huge influence on our music and what we love doing. We Came as Romans, a staple of the genre. These guys kill it. And Speech Patterns, which are like a sort of smaller post-hardcore band. They're amazing. I recommend everyone check them out for sure. Those are the answers to the questions, Emmy. I hope these help, and I really appreciate you having us be a part of it. Thank you so much. From Tom.